The Golden Wheel Group is a company that's been around since 1987, and I doubt you've heard about them. They produce everything bike. Today we're going to look at their carbon wheels, their carbon bikes, their manufacturing, and much more. Come along with us. Let's take a look. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the automatic workshop, and Noah's going to take us through what's happening in there.
All right, just like one brief, introduction is going to be, we're going to step into the automatic workshop, and then you guys will be seeing some of the state-of-the-art techniques or, equipments over there for laser cutting of the aluminum alloy, tubings, and also the robotic arm welding for mass production. And let's go.
Okay, let's take a look. All right, so what's going on here?
So what we are looking at is actually the robotic arm milling machine, and compared to like the traditional drilling through like a traditional machine that has like stabilizing parts, right?
Yeah.
This one has like better precision.
Okay.
At 98%.
So it's a drilling machine with 98% precision.
Yep, that's correct.
Brilliant. Okay. All right, sorry guys, we're inside a workshop. It's going to be really noisy, so please excuse the noise. All right, so Noah, what's going on here?
All right, so this one, is the same kind of machine, and you can take like a close-up view on the screen right there to see what's actually going on inside of the machinery.
Okay.
It's making the drill, it's making the positioning of the hole where that should be.
So it's taking the 98% and basically making it to 100%.
Well, that's right.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right. Okay, after drilling, we come on to laser cutting. So, Noah, what's going on?
All right, so this one is actually the big guy in the room.
Yeah.
So, apart from the drilling, what's more important is about the cutting. If we rely on the traditional cutting, right, the precision is only about like 80 to 85%.
So traditional cutting is 80 to 85%.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if we are using the robotic arm with the laser, tracking and the laser positioning, the precision will be staying over 98.
98. Yep, 98. So like an 18% increase.
Yep, that's correct.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, so what's going on now?
All right, so this entire workshop is for the welding line.
Yeah.
But apart from the traditional welding, we do have the robotic or automated welding line right here.
Automated welding line.
Yep, that's correct.
So here we have the welding done automatically, and the precision increases by at least 18%. So Noah, as we walked through there, I noticed that you had automatic cutting machines, welding machines, but there was also a lot of manual welding. So can you take me through that?
Well, yeah, there's actually a reason behind that.
Yeah.
So for the automation, you're really talking about the orders, which has like mature products. And for the manual, process is normally for like custom orders.
Yeah.
And also, for the automation, there is always some angle that is hard to like process by the robotic arm that can be easily, adjusted or processed by like manpower. So that's the reason why.
So I assume the manual labor would cost more?
Yeah, it will cost a hell lot more.
Yeah, a hell lot more. All right, thanks. Let's move on. So we've got some different modes here that have come out of the electronic and manual welding. This, of course, is a mountain bike. Over there, they have an e-bike that they're producing right now. We can't show it to you because it's not being sold right now. It's a prototype, but I wish we could. Some very cool stuff is happening here.
All right, so the place that you are looking at is actually the Research and Development Center of Golden Wheel. And for Golden Wheel, we have this manufacturing site and the manufacturing company and business.
Yeah.
So we start out from 1987 as a OEM provider for like a lot of customers overseas. Mm-hmm. And by the time we have to fulfill the market demand, and we have to produce the right mode at the time. But at the meantime, we also need to preserve our competitive advantage, which means we have to develop our own mode to make sure that we forecast, what's being needed in the market. And that's our pressure, and that's our mode library, and that's what their meaning are right here.
So inside you have, you also do your current research in here as well, but you
Yep.
also have your mode libraries from the 1980s.
Yep.
Oh, that's
correct.
wonderful. Let's take a look inside.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so Noah, where are we now? And can you just run us through that?
All right, so right now, where we are standing right now is actually the R&D center for the Golden Wheel Group. And what you can see is the CNC machine and also the programming machine that we're actually utilizing them for the design of the new products.
So you're going to take me through talking through different machines.
Yep.
And we can't come close up because it's quite confidential.
Yep, that's right. Because we have a few customers are doing their new product with us right now. But I can do the a very brief introduction to you.
Sure.
We have several work stands right here to verify about the geometry and the sizing after they have been CNC, so that we can make sure that everything is in line with what we are planning for.
Okay. So after CNC, you do geometry and testing here.
Yep. And right there is actually the sample room for all the mold that we have been opened in the past.
So on like a rough estimate, how many modes do you think you have in the mode library?
Well, from the last calculation, I think there's over 10,000 pieces.
10,000 pieces, and this backdates to the 1990s.
Yeah, all the way back to the 1990s.
Oh, that is amazing. I wish we could take a look in there, but
yeah, sure.
It would look something like this, I assume. Okay, Noah, talk us through what's going on here.
All right, so this corner that you guys are looking at is actually the part of the historical section of Golden Wheel.
Yeah.
What's being reserved and left from 1980s, and we call them our fortune is because every single mold represents our previous order partnership and history with our customers and our glory moments.
And what do you think is the estimated price of these molds?
Well, if we're talking about the entire worth of the mold or the mold library, it's worth about $400 million.
$400 million.
Yep, that's correct.
And so this is the triangle, the front triangle.
That's the tube. I think that's the top tube.
So top tube, and then you have the bottom tube and the seat post tube. And what do we have here?
That's more like the partial part or partial tube. For example, there's like an angle tube for like the aluminum.
Yeah, because geometries have changed so much, right? Because you can cut a tube in a specific way, but because of the kind of properties of carbon, we can shape them differently, and then tubings have changed, become more compliant, more rigid in certain areas.
That's correct.
That is amazing. Honestly, this is mind-blowing.
All right.
I wish we could show you everything, but history must be preserved.
Yep. Thank you.
Noah's taking us somewhere again. Noah, where are we going, buddy?
All right, it's a secret lab. It's actually our testing lab inside of GW. And it's got every single machine to testify, individual parts before they goes onto the assembly line during the assemble stage.
All right, let's take a look. Thank you. Okay, so what's going on here?
All right, so this one we're testing for the C-post. Regarding on the vertical force.
So like a fatigue test.
What we call fatigue test. So it has to stay on there for at least 50,000 circles or cycles.
So 50,000 of these movements.
Yep.
Okay.
So you have to stay on there, and sometimes we do the pressure test as well.
Okay.
So until it breaks. And that's the pedal force, or what we call the horizontal.
Yeah.
And
it's measuring for torque.
Yep. Yeah. And the actually testing standard for that one is 100,000 cycles.
100,000 cycles. What's going on here?
So this one is like an all-round testing machine right here.
Yeah.
It actually stimulates or doing the simulation for the actual riding environment.
Okay.
It has the weight carried upon. Usually, you can adjust the weight to like 50K or 100K.
Okay. That's very cool. I haven't seen that before. And Totem, of course, Totem, Upland, Mutech all belong to the GW group.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which you can see in the sample room.
Yeah.
And that's the fatigue testing machine for the handlebar.
So you fatigue test basically every part of the bike?
Every single part and also the entire bike.
Okay, so Every part of the bike is tested, then the bike as a whole is tested, then you send it out.
Yep. And that's the brake run test. This one is the physical test for the frame.
For the frame.
Yep. To testify about the strength of the seat post.
Yeah. And this?
And that's actually more like the one that we saw before, but this one can pretty much simulates everything.
So it's testing vertical force, horizontal force.
Yep.
And I see there's weights all over it. That is very cool.
Yep.
There's this common misconception around the world that China has substandard testing. My purpose of going around and doing these factory tours is to help you to see what it's like here and provide a transparency. So as you can see, there's a lot of quality control here. Okay, so we're coming to the final part where Noah's going to take us to the Upland carbon assembly line, and he's going to talk us through it now.
All right, we'll walk you guys through. So what we are facing right now is actually the assembly line of Upland carbon bikes, and that's where we put all the parts onto a bike and make it as a complete bike, and we will see how they are being put together and what process that we have to getting through of building up a entire Upland bike.
Let's take a look at the production line. Come along.
So what we have right here is actually a check station, or what we call the checkpoint. So we do have extra procedures to make sure that everything is in line and there is no mistake, so that the end customer will be happy to see or to receive their product.
Yeah.
So at this workshop, we have the painting checkpoint where the carbon frame comes in, and we will check their painting first to make sure that there is no there's no dust or anything remaining on the surface.
So very, very strict quality control here.
Yep, every single one. All right, so this is actually the work stand where every single upline is coming out from. So normally we'll have this stand right here, and we'll be having the checked carbon frame. Yeah. And also all the spare parts, for example, the carbon wheels and the group size saddles, handlebars. Yeah. And then we'll be getting them off the line and assemble right here on the stand. So after the assembly, all the workers or engineers, they'll be checking through the gearing and the shifting of the group side to make sure that everything is in line with the instruction, or what we call like the SOP. Yeah, yeah. And after the test, they'll be taking the bike, off from the stand. Yeah. Taking them for like a real test ride. Yeah. To make sure everything is in par.
All right, cool. Okay, so I saw that you have another brand called Mutech, and of course we know about Totem. So can you take us through that? How are they related?
Yeah, so Totem is more leaning toward the entry level for like the Chinese domestic market. Yeah. And we do also operate, Totem brand overseas in the US and also in the EU as the e-bike brand. Yeah. And as for the Mutech brand that you mentioned, it's actually our accessory brand. Okay. Our in-house brand, which you guys will be seeing a lot more in this upcoming year.
So saddles, wheels,
handlebars, you name it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then of course Upland is your top end carbon, your road bikes.
Yep. Upland is only for the entire bicycle. Yeah. And it also represents the domestic market, higher end kind of product. So that's where we are going with our Upland brand.
And that's also something that you believe in to be international level.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what we are planning and doing so. We do have our offices set up overseas to promoting and selling and also working with Upland bicycles.
So where are you selling? Where are your international warehouses and companies? Which countries are you selling those in?
Well, first of all, we do have the U.S. branch office, and that's our our second market. Yeah. Apart from the Chinese domestic.
Yeah.
And also we do have the Czech Republic factory, which being set, obviously in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
So they do sell Upland overseas at the EU region, and there is our office in Germany. And on the next stage, we're planning on go to the Pacific region, which is Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
So Korea and Japan, people can expect to see Upland, appearing in that market real soon.
Looking forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you. So this is the technology center that you guys are seeing. And we have the R&D office where all the engineers are, all the way back.
Okay.
And this is our sample room. And we still need to update the wall, but there's some brand that you can see that we are currently working with or partner with. So we are all under the roof of Golden Wheel Group. No matter whether it's for like manufacturing. And for backwork, it's the name for the retail channel of Golden Wheel Group.
So if you want to know more about them, check out the video that I'm going to put in the link now.
And this is another library.
Wow, this is beautiful.
This sample room is actually the room for customers to come around and have like a little chat or talk. And then pick samples from. Basically, we covered pretty much everything. There's e-bike, there's e-motorcycle, there's carbon bike, there is road, gravel, mountain. Different like material as well. We do carry like steel, aluminum, carbon, and also titanium.
Yep. We saw a titanium one in your show that you did in Tianjin.
We also do magnesium alloy in the past for like kids bag as well.
The Golden Wheel Group is a company that began in 1987 and it's still here until today. It's a company that prides itself on its heritage, its quality control, and its products. I learned a lot today. I hope you did too. If you have any questions, please ask in the comment section below. See you in the next video.